All right, today I'm going to do something I never do. Obuy sent me a 3-person tent from Naturehike. It's the Obuy 3-person tent. It's a tunnel tent, and I'm going to actually put it together and see how it works. Now, I'm not paid for this video, but they did send this tent for me to check it out. What I have here is a waterproof sheet that I made last year, one of these YouTube videos. You can check it out right up here somewhere. And we're gonna put this down as a ground sheet. That way it'll keep the tent from getting all muddy, and it'll also keep anything from poking up from the bottom. Now inside the bag of this tent, it has the instructions attached to it here. So step 1 says just lay it out. Step 2 is going to be put the poles together, and then it's got different colored poles. I've never used a tunnel tent before, and so I figured that, what the heck, let's give it a shot. So let's see how it goes together. All right, so inside this bag, we have a ground mat. Then we have the actual tent right here, and all the poles are rolled up inside of it. It's got a Velcro strap, and I don't know about you, but I've never been able to get these things back in the same bag again. So I don't know, we're gonna try. So we're gonna take this and get the poles out. Now this bag also has all the instructions for it right here. So it says the Obuy 3-man tunnel tent by Naturehike, and it's got 4 steps to put it together. So we're going to attempt to put it together and get it ready and see how it works out. From there, we're going to go ahead and roll this tent out, see how big it is. This is the first time I've opened it up. I'm not normally a tent guy, like I've stated several times. I'm normally a hammock and tarp. So let's see how this thing works. It's a large tent, that's for sure. Oh wow, this thing's giant. All right, so the rain fly is the green thing, and we're going to turn this tent around this way. Now we're going to take these poles out of this bag, and of course they're all plasticed up. And the direction said to go ahead and put the poles together to get it ready for step 3. So there's 1. Two, and then a silver pole. And 3, the silver pole seems to be the longest so far. Now where these poles go is color coded. We got a blue one here, we got a silver one, and then we got a blue one there. So you got 2 blue poles and you have a silver pole. So we're gonna go ahead and stick the silver pole in here. Go ahead and insert your silver one into the silver, and then a blue one into a blue, and then finally the last blue one here. Now they got these little metal clips down here on the end, and the end of your poles stick inside those. And then we'll put it on this side and then bend the tent up and then set it up that way. All right, it shows setting up the center one first, and that's relatively tight. And flip it over, and then do the same thing with the outside edge ones. Now that we got the beams in there, let's go ahead and use some of these tent stakes that they have to stake it out. It's telling me to stake out the corners and then spread it out, stake it out again. All right, this thing has 6 guy lines all the way around the tent, and you're just going to go ahead and connect those to this and put a stake out here, and that's going to keep it stable in high winds. Now, what I'm going to do with this end, because it don't have anything on there, I'm just going to go ahead and put an overhand knot right here, and then slide that through right here through this O-ring, and then just do another overhand knot. And that's going to be a stopper knot, and it's going to look just like that. So now that we got everything put together, and we're going to open it up and see what it looks like on the inside. Like I said, I am not a tent guy. I've never really done tents, but this one seems pretty neat. It's relatively large to be a 3-person tent. So let's go on the inside, see what it looks like. All right, so it opens up and you got a ground mat on there. I didn't realize what the ground mat was for. I'm glad we used this tarp under here. So now we got to put the ground mat all up in here. But this tent this is where you could put all your gear over in this area. And then this tent is just for the sleeping. So apparently you could take the bug net down or whatnot, and it's just like, it looks like it's just a bug net all up, hanging up on the outside of the other tent. And that's what it looks like on this side. So basically it's just a big old tarp shelter is basically what it is. And then you got another zipper for another door for that side. Now in the summertime, it looks like this tent might be a little warm to sleep in, but we're gonna give it a shot, see how it works out. All right, it took us a while to get this thing set up. I'm not normally a tent person, I'm more of a hammock guy, but we finally got it set up, got it ready to go. So I could see this being, it's relatively compact, more than other tents that you can get at say Walmart or something like that. But this tent is relatively large. It has an area over here where you can store all your gear and keep it out of the elements. And then it's got a relatively large sleeping area right over in here. So you can go ahead and pile 3 people up. Normally, a 2-man tent to me is a 1-person tent. A 3-man tent is a 2-person tent. So I like to have a little bit more room. That way I can have my gear and all that stuff. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, like, follow, and share. I'll see you next time. God bless you.